like boobies. You like boobies. Vicky likes boobies.
You're tacky and I hate you.
Now, are there any damn questions?
Have you any idea what the street value of this mountain is?
This is a nice fish, you know? Big fucking eyes, but a nice fucking fish.
Good evening, bottom feeders and underachievers. Strap yourselves in for this one. As a matter of fact, sit back, make yourself comfortable, get a snack, definitely a beverage. Because this is the weekend. I am your host, Justin, as always, joined by
Mike. He's muted.
That's you, mute.
Kyle, it wasn't unmuting. I tried like 4 times.
And then
St. Monica Tonka Awaki.
Oh boy.
Don't laugh at me, Joe.
And just Joe.
don't get used to that name.
I'm used to it.
Well, that sucks for you then.
Why?
That's for me to know and for you to find out. How ain't it?
All right, well then get ready to meet his son, Tonka Awaki Jr.
Why are you assuming that I'm talking about killing you?
Because you are a freaking murderous, raving lunatic.
I mean,
You're going in a padded cell. I'm not finished. Can I finish?
Mhm.
And you lick doorknobs. Everyone knows.
First off, I stopped licking doorknobs like a decade ago.
Fair.
And then, you're not wrong. You're not wrong about anything else, though.
I know. Kyle and I have discussed it. I have a backup plan for my backup plan. Oh,
Well,
and you don't like...
Hang on. Don't throw me under the bus by saying we've discussed it. We barely scratched the surface of discussing it.
We didn't discuss it, but Kyle mentioned something or other. I flew off the handle and I attacked. That was the quote-unquote discussion.
Kyle mentioned that, what? I was going to kill you?
Kyle said that the possibility exists that I may or may not die. But if St. Tonka Awaki Jr. dies, there's also St. Tonka Awaki III.
To be fair, everybody has an equal chance of dying in a game like this.
Am I the only person who feels like that's kind of sounds like a Samoan linebacker?
A little bit.
Great.
You're not
for the Los Angeles Rams.
But then, just remember, I prefer torture over mutilation.
That guy averages 3 sacks a game with that. At least.
Just remember, as a ninja detective, I can get out of any situation.
That's not even a class.
My thief satchel, a.k.a. my utility belt.
Are you a ninja that's a detective, or are you a detective who only takes
He's trying to make himself Batman.
I didn't try to do anything like that.
Kyle already ratted you out.
It's okay.
What is with everybody taking what I said out of context?
You
guys made assumptions about each other, and are now putting words in my mouth that I never said to either of you.
I actually appreciate you saying that, because I wasn't going to take the bait, because if the way I picked my guy happens to emulate Batman,
it doesn't happen to emulate. You did it intentionally, but that's fine. It's fine.
Unintentionally.
I already know what
I'm. Like I said to Kyle, I want to make my character like Batman. It's not like I said that.
Listen, I've already have things in place for you.
Good, great. I have prep time. So with prep time, I'm undefeated.
Yep, not inspired by a certain character. Right there. Yeah, right here. Finn, what's your saving throw?
Excuse me?
What's your bonus action?
Cock slapping.
That's not a real thing.
Well, it is now.
No, it's not.
Listen,
It's 5DE2.
I think the greatest defense that I can give Vin about the fact that he's not trying to emulate Batman is that there is no storyline in which Batman is a were-centaur. So
Thank you, Kyle.
I think that proves he's not actually trying to emulate Batman.
I mean, that's just a crutch he's using to avoid the fact that he's just trying to be Batman. It's fine. I already know what's going to happen to him. So
sounds like the most painful wear person ever. You have to grow another set of limbs.
yeah, like out your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not moon-based, though. It's as long as he gets the goo out, he's fine.
That's not a thing either. Look, I don't care if you want to be ridiculous about it. That's fine. But, like, actually stick to the rules and regulations of fucking D&D. So, like, we all know that there's nothing in D&D that's like, oh, he can control his wearism by coming. That's not a thing.
So you're saying werewolves that are super real are bound in logic. But my were-centaur is bound in Fantasy Island.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying...
You said that.
No,
Joe, back me up.
I'm saying that you can't just create a rule.
I'm saying that technically he could create a werewolf, a werebear, a were-rat, a were-owl, a were-tiger. What am I missing? A were-boar.
Were-rabbit.
And if you're going extended, you could create a were-alligator, a were-rhinoceros,
Kyle, you're missing my point.
What's your persuasion?
I don't care what fucking creature he is.
Who or where?
He can't create the rule that he has to get the goo out in order to stop. That's not a thing. That's not a thing in the fucking game. That's not.
It does tend to go against lore.
So the centaur is not the problem you have?
No, I don't care. He could be a fucking woolly mammoth for all I give a shit. I don't.
Fine. Stricken were-centaur that has to get the goo out from the record. Unreal.
You could be the were-centaur, you schmuck. You just can't make up.
I don't want to be the
rule.
were-centaur anymore because now it's all icky.
Oh, now it's icky.
It's probably icky because he got the goo out.
Yeah, I tend to.
Yeah, you know what? The goo's out. It's fine.
Let's get back to the show here. So, all summer long, we had tournaments of the greatest action movies of their decades, and maybe there was a little bit of, like, issues with how certain people responded when handling the situations of voting things forward. And so we ended up with a Final Four that looks like this. The Matrix, Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, Lucy, and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Blockbusters, sure. But, things happen.
Well, 3 of them were blockbusters.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of them just a nice little action movie.
Yeah. So let's get this out of the way. We're gonna go through this Final Four now, and then we're gonna jump to our normal format for the weekend. And Mike's gonna ask a question. We're gonna do our thing. So here we go. Lucy versus Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl.
There was no good way to line this up. I'm sorry, Kyle.
There was none.
I'm sorry. What is your argument right now?
There was no way to line it up. Like, no matter what, there was going to be issues.
No, there was a what. We've discussed this. I knew this is exactly how it was going to end up because someone is the best at making tournaments, and we'll get to that later. Black Pearl.
One for Black Pearl.
Lucy.
One for Lucy.
That's interesting.
I've never seen Lucy, so I gotta go Black Pearl.
Okay, 2 for Black Pearl, 1 for Lucy. I'm going Lucy because it's an action movie.
So it's even up now? It's on me?
Yeah, it's on you.
Well, shit on me.
You got this. Focus.
Fuck. I have a quarter here. You know what? I was half joking, but
No, go ahead.
I really.
That's how we got in this fucking situation to begin with.
Yeah, I'm gonna go head for pirates because pirates have heads. Lucy.
Okay, Lucy moves on. That leaves Raiders of the Lost Ark versus The Matrix.
I'm gonna go right out of the gate on this one. Raiders.
I'm gonna
Go
go
harder to make an action movie back then.
Raiders. Matrix.
Matrix.
Raiders.
Over Raiders?
Raiders it is.
Ew. I don't put my seal of approval on this tournament at all. I'm with Kyle.
That leaves the finals.
No way.
Lucy versus Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders.
I'll go
Raiders.
Black Pearl because fuck that.
Raiders.
Raiders wins. There we go, guys. The best action movie of all time, according to Nerdities, is Indiana Jones.
Second
Raiders.
Second greatest action movie of all time.
Fair.
So I'm just gonna throw this out there.
Go.
I'm glad we did that quickly.
Yes, that was ripping that Band-Aid right off.
Emery, I just want to also throw this out there. Emery had 2 toys, one for her to play with and one for me to play with, and she asked me which one I wanted to play with. So I picked one, and naturally she said, "Oh, that's the one I'm going to play with," and handed me the exact opposite one that I picked.
Oh, so like every woman on the planet.
Just like how my day is going. Pretty much every part of my day, including the fact that Matrix didn't make it to the final for some ridiculous reason.
It wasn't ridiculous. It went up against another good action movie, one that people preferred.
It went up against the only action movie that was better than it.
Lucy's better than Matrix. Personal opinion.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Personal. I said personal fucking opinion.
Guys, I don't know if you know this, but we went through and we ranked them on a previous show, and 3 of us had the exact same ranking for the 4 movies.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think there's more show, right?
How now, brown cow?
Yeah, so let's get off of this 4 action movie tournament thing, and let's move on to the next question, shall we?
This is all
Get
about
off of this merry-go-round of sadness.
Let's go, Mike.
Yeah, I just want to get over I'm so sick of talking about action movies. Let's just go on to the next question.
It's unfortunate.
What do you got, Mike?
Okay. In keeping with the action movie theme, name an actor or actress. Name an actor or actress that would make a good action star, but never got a chance.
Oh, I named one of each.
So did I.
I have only one actress, but I do have a bunch of other actors. I'm not going to completely Kyle on this one.
I'll go last with you then. I'll go first.
Okay.
I think Sarah Michelle Gellar could have been like a low-key action star had Buffy not gone as long as it did.
It's reasonable, yeah.
Like, I'm not talking like she was headlining a bunch of action movies because then they didn't believe in women enough to put them in those roles, but like she could have been in action movies and kicked some ass. She was pretty solid.
Yeah, the only thing they put her in as far as movies goes is like slasher films.
Yeah.
The only place she could kick ass was on TV.
And she was in Scooby-Doo. She did do some fighting.
A bit. It was ironic Daphne fighting.
Now, I did, like Kyle had said, I did one of each as well. For my actor, I went Joshua Jackson.
Pacey?
Yes.
Maybe.
I think he could have been something. And honestly, if a few years after The Creek had ended, if he got himself in a bit tighter shape because he wasn't in bad shape to begin with. I could have seen him playing like a Hal Jordan.
So, are you basing this on the Skulls, or?
I am, actually.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, that was more of like a thriller, but yeah, I could see that for sure.
I agree based on Fringe.
Yeah, Fringe too. But those are my
Very
choices.
forlorn, Joe. Are you feeling bad?
I'm okay. I'm thinking of an answer.
I thought you're still reeling from the tournament.
Joe, you didn't answer already?
I'm shooting from the hip for all these. Today was a shit show of a crazy day. I spent half my day in jail today.
You probably deserved it. Whatever you did.
Jesus. All right. Centaur Goo, what about you?
Nice rhyme.
For who?
You talking to me?
Yeah, you, Hasam
Please don't refer to me as Centaur Dude. Call me Santanawaki.
I will call you Shitface. Now answer it.
I know he's made a couple of darker movies, but I still think his Clint Eastwood impression is pretty good. But I'll say James Carey.
I had him on my list too.
I could see it.
Yeah, I can see it.
So
I could see it.
I know he did. He also did Kick-Ass 2, but that sucked.
Whoa. Easy.
I liked Kick-Ass 2.
Kick-Ass 2 was underwhelming compared to the first one.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But I still enjoyed Kick-Ass 2.
I did too, but like compared to I don't know. I like the first one better.
Yeah. He got into it, and as soon as he got done making it, it was like, I don't know if it was a good idea to make a violent movie. Oh, you didn't read the script, dipshit?
No,
You
he's
read
a
the first
good
one?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, get off that. Whatever he's on, where he's like, I wish everyone could have hundreds of $1 million and not work, and just understand it's not that bad. Like, you don't need that much money. Excuse me, I'm going to go to Indonesia. That's where he's at right now. But I digress. James Carey, action star.
Kyle.
My actress, I picked someone who has been a side character in action movies. So it proves that they fit in that world, but I don't believe has ever actually started an action movie. I picked Gabrielle Union. She, I think, like, coming off of like the first Bring It On movie, she had the potential to possibly be like Zoe Saldana before Zoe Saldana was a thing.
She had her chance in Bad Boys 2.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She was like in it, but she wasn't.
Yeah.
The movie wasn't built around her.
No.
It wasn't the action lead. She barely had any action moments. If they had made her like a supporting ass kicker, she could have gotten a really good action career out of it. But she was basically a damsel in distress in the third act. So they really did her dirty.
Right.
So my pick.
Oh, that's right, Joe. Joe, you got the stuff?
Yep, my pick. Sorry. I'm sorry. You had two.
I had a guy, but you can do yours first if you want.
No, go ahead.
I don't want to step on your toes or anything.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Don't wait for
Michael Clark Duncan.
R.I.P.
His career. I mean, he passed away in his 50s, right? And his career was only. I checked his IMDb. His entire acting career was only 14 years long.
Yeah.
So, he had a couple years where he was only like security guard, bouncer guy, but with his size and his ability to, I think he was actually in Chun-Li. I think that might have been the only action movie that he was actually ever really in.
I mean,
because let's not forget he was Kingpin.
I was going to say he was in Daredevil.
Yeah, but he didn't.
He had one,
he had a fight scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. But again, he wasn't like, he was never pushed in that direction. He took on a lot more serious roles, which honestly I'm thankful for, because a lot of his more serious movies are like some of my favorites, but
and comedy. His comedy stuff was
nearly decapitated him.
But there's like a sweet spot. Like by the time he did Slam and Salmon, it might have been too late. But I think there was a sweet spot in there around the time of Armageddon that he really could have taken off after something like that.
Yeah, right age, right size, right attitude.
Yeah, that was right about the time that was like his first major film role, and that was right about the time he became kind of like a household name. Was like that, and then I think that came first. It was like that, and then Green Mile. Yeah.
Strong choice. He's almost too big, though. Someone that big, you kind of want to be the heavy. They just become a wrecking house. Wrecking house, that's not a fucking word.
Did you ever see a Schwarzenegger movie?
What was he in?
Arnold?
Yeah, but Arnold's not that big.
What?
Arnold's 6'2". Michael Clark Duncan is like 6'5", and a fucking house. He's like, what was that? Warren Sapp? What was that one dude? That kind of bulky.
Is he really 3 inches taller than Arnold?
At least.
That's unreal.
And Arnold dropped a lot of weight. Think about him as a bodybuilder, and then think about him when he started doing action stuff. He dropped at least 50 pounds to become that kind of action star build, that slightly bigger than action star build. Michael Clark Duncan always kept the bulk, so he was always very intimidating looking.
Michael Clark Duncan was
6'5".
Yeah.
Minimum 300.
Oh yeah, he was a big dude.
Love man. Joe, you?
I'm basing mine off a characterization of the actress. Not only will she sing you a sweet song, but picture it if she's packing. Bette Midler. In The Simpsons, she chased down a truck, threw the can back in the truck rolled off a cliff and exploded.
Hey, Joe.
That is a badass bitch.
Joe.
Yeah.
Remember how, like, I told Vinny that he can't just make shit up? Because, like, it ruins the game. I'm gonna need you to rein it in a little bit.
You know what?
Also, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And Justin, actually, this goes for you too. I'm better than you at making shit up.
That's impossible.
Okay.
Fighting words.
So when you bring it, you got to bring it. So you don't get that from Justin. You got to be convincing. Try again.
Yeah, I can actually help you out with this. Because Bette Midler, she's hardcore. She's a tough-ass chick. And she's a dancer, which means she's physical.
That's great.
Picture her during, like, the 80s? Put a action franchise around her? Could have happened.
She's a little stocky, too, right? She's not built like...
she's no waif.
Zoe Saldana. She's not built like she's 100 pounds.
Stop body shaming.
Who's body shaming?
You are. She's not like Zoe Saldana, waifishly thin. She would easily break in the wind. I know that's what you were fucking thinking.
No. Anyone that's 100 pounds?
Wow, Vin. Wow. I expected fucking better from you. Of all people.
How is that body shaming?
Of all people. Disrespectful. Disrespectful.
Go ahead.
I hate to interrupt you guys, but Emery has a question.
Yes, Em. What?
Cowboy Bob.
Do we know Cowboy Bob?
Yeah.
He says, I Uncle Justin.
Vinny knows him too.
Well, the greatest bus driver ever? Of course we know Cowboy Bob, Emery. But this is the wrong show for that. We're going to get into that.
We'll get to Cowboy
time.
Bob.
Go ahead. Get up.
I tried to fucking hold it. I can't.
These kids are too much.
Oh, kid.
Okay, is that on me now?
I love her. Yeah, it's on you.
Okay.
After Joe's deplorable performance.
I had 3 guys that I feel like could do it. Little lady. Jerry O'Connell.
Yeah.
The look, the attitude, the build. He's another guy, he did so many comedies. I don't think he ever wanted to do action.
I guess the closest would be like Sliders, right?
Yeah, that's sci-fi with a few action.
It was
moments in
action beats.
Yeah, there was a different thing every week. So sometimes it demanded it, sometimes it was pure comedy. It was that kind of anthology feel to the show. But he never had a movie where he was running around, where he was running and gunning. Yeah. Most of his movies were like buddy comedies. And as far as ladies go, Angela Bassett has guns even when she doesn't have them in her hands. She's a strong individual. Even now, she's got biceps that put mine to shame. Gorgeous, and like I said before, trying to help Joe out, a dancer. So she's very physical. And now she's working on a show that I don't know how actiony it is. She's like 911, I think it is.
Yeah.
So now they're giving her the opportunity to do, and she had some solid moments in Wakanda Forever. Like, if they weren't so racist back in the 80s and would actually allow black women to lead action movies, hell, allow black women to be a supporting action star, she would have been perfect for stuff like that. But I bet even now she could carry her own action movie. She deserves a fucking Oscar. That's neither here nor there.
Good answers all the way around, gents. Let's move on.
Thank you, Justin.
Let's move on.
Angela Bassett was my favorite answer. I'm sorry I couldn't react when you said it.
No, it's yeah.
Including my own answers, that was my favorite answer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, Baskett's pretty sick.
Fucking hate him. What would have been your final 4 for the action movie tournament if things, went according to plan in your head?
I'm not allowed to talk about any of my answers, so
God, Joe,
I will sit out on this one.
Come off it, Joe.
Jesus.
You are obligated to answer.
You are obligated
based
to
on
answer.
the parameters set forth by Justin's rule set. How dare you? No, don't make me be arbiter.
Is Vinny extolling the virtues of rules now?
Well, when Joe talks about Star Trek, but doesn't talk about it,
it makes it worse.
Crawls under my skin.
I wasn't going to put one of those movies on my list.
He's Jimmy Bongin.
Oh my God, that's even worse, dude. You see how forgettable that shit is to me?
How?
Joe.
Because I have eyes and ears.
I say, James Bond movies didn't even get good until the 2000s.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
His sphincter just tightened. All right, I'll give you
your
mine.
eyes only, Joe. I think he's an octopussy.
I kept Raiders, but that's the only one that I was keeping because I have Kung Fu Hustle, The Raid, and Demolition Man. Would have been my final 4.
I wouldn't. Wait, what were you picked the Raiders and what else?
Kung Fu Hustle, The Raid, and Demolition Man.
Okay.
Kyle.
What bracket was Kung Fu Hustle in?
2000s.
Yeah.
Oof. I mean, 2000s. So that would have been the Matrix bracket?
Yeah.
No, Matrix was 99.
Oh, 99. Matrix was 99, yeah.
Alright. Jeez. I forgot that was an option, actually. So I'm going to say the ones that I actually wrote then. Lethal Weapon, Matrix, Gladiator, and John Wick.
Okay.
I'm kicking any of them out of bed.
Vin.
Bloodsport, obviously, should have won. Right?
I see a theme.
Braveheart. Don't even know if it was on the list, but it is now.
I don't think it was.
2000s. I don't have the list in front of me. Never had one to begin with.
That's fine.
2000s, Taken. Don't attack me. And then 2010s. I couldn't think of one for 2010s. I'll start with 3. John Wick, that's right. That's why it was so forgettable. Because, just John Wick.
Just.
Well, because, like, when you think of action movies, it's a Paramount and then everything else.
The raid's pretty even with John Wick, in my opinion.
Yeah, but it doesn't trump, Bloodsport, Braveheart, or Taken.
Cyborg.
Ouch.
Yeah.
All right, we're giving Joe a little more time. Mike, you go.
From the 80s, I'm sad Predator didn't last longer than it could. So Predator is my 80s pick. 90s, Vinny's going to be happy about this one. Universal Soldier. I feel like Universal Soldier is underrated.
Very much.
From the aughts, Wanted.
It was almost my pick.
Yeah, deserves to be. It was pure action. Very little lull in that movie. And, of course, from the teens, the movie that should have been the greatest nerdies action movie of all time, John Wick.
All right, Joe.
80s would have been Raiders. 90s would have been Terminator 2 because that would be on my list.
Joe, you still have to stick the parameters of the rules in the tournament. You can't pick a fucking sequel. We've been over this.
Joe,
Terminator 2 is the greatest action movie.
Joe, I have a question. How does it feel to be at the end of the nemesis of myself? Because you're paying for it.
All right, so 90s would be Copper Nose, and then 2000 would be Gambling Kingdom.
Oh.
And then
yeah.
Vinny, drive to his house right
Shadow
now.
would have been... Ghost Shadow would have been...
Are you having an aneurysm right now? What the hell are you saying?
He's doing the thing you can't stand.
This is
Oh my God,
actually
dude.
pretty brilliant, I think.
Justin, you know what? You know what I want you to do in D&D?
What?
Take over my character so I hunt them down and kill them. And I kill Joe last. But I say I'm going to kill him last. I kill him first. Then I snap out of it and I'm back with the party. Write that into the D&D thing. I need to kill him in some fashion.
I mean, you're allowed to turn on each other. That can happen.
You know I'm a wizard, right? I will turn you
that.
into a newt.
Are you a wizard,
Yeah.
Jack? Yeah. I don't know jack shit about your character still.
I'm working on it. But I'm a wizard.
What's your wizard's name? Stupid ass.
Actually, I had a name for him. Hold on. Where's my D&D beyond?
You still got the main part done.
Is yours also named Fubar?
No.
The character is.
Next up. Why is Justin the best at making tournaments?
Ooh. Pick an action movie from each of the decades.
I
want to go last.
I'm going to answer that first because I am, and the random draw is the best way that it can be handled. Mike.
I'm really happy we front-loaded the show with all that conversation about... I don't even remember what we were talking about.
D&D.
D&D? I'm really happy we front-loaded it. Because of stuff like this, we might have run short. Might. That's my answer.
Say
Go ahead, Ben.
So because Justin's considered air quotes best is because no one else makes them. So therefore it's like a de facto, you're first, you're last, you're always.
Let me, I'm going to respond to you and that after everybody else goes. So just hold tight.
No, well, I'm not saying it in the sense that I want to create a tournament. I'm content half participating in them.
Hang on.
You're just sticking with the technicality, though.
Yeah.
Pravdo?
You know how to fill time.
And Kyle.
It's not.
Ooh.
Wow.
Why would that
Wow.
Well, I didn't have anything else written out.
be? Then I strike your answer from the record.
Okay.
Let me
in that
go
case,
back.
let me throw this out there.
Okay.
I made a tournament once where one of the movie options did not even fit the criteria of the tournament, and the tournament overall was still better than your tournaments.
What tournament did you make?
The Christmas movie one.
Did you make a Christmas movie?
Yes, because you mocked me into doing it because I had complained about your tournament so much.
Ah, that's right. That brings
you
me...
said, fine, just make this one. And I put in a Thanksgiving movie.
That's right. That's
on
right.
a Christmas tournament list.
That brings me back to responding to Vinny's answer. And that is, you people don't have enough time to do this shit. Even though, I make time for it. Everybody's got some kind of excuse. My dick hurts. I have kids. Yada, yada, yada.
I'm in jail.
My dick hurts and I have kids.
So, blow me and enjoy your tournaments forever.
I would like a rebuttal on behalf of my fellow comrades here.
No. And I will enjoy them when they're good.
Yeah, and also, so... I had a Bill Cosby book back in the day, and you know what happened? One of the I know he's a touchy guy, but the book actually taught me a lot.
Literally.
His kids made fun of him, and they kept saying shit, and he just kept going, so?
Hey.
And they kept doing it, and he goes, so? And the kids had nothing to say after that, because they would say, hey, you're stupid, and he'd say, so? So I bequeath that amongst you. So?
Then he would say, let me buy all of you a drink.
You look sleepy.
All right, next up, pick an action movie from each of the decades that you think you could have survived in as the main character. Let's start with Vinny.
Bloodsport, obviously. I could have won the Kumite. I have no doubt in my mind. 90s, let's see. Lethal Weapon, I could have been a great teammate with Murtaugh.
Yeah, it was 80s.
Was it 80s?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right, then T2.
No.
Did Joe say T2? I can't do T2?
No, it's fine.
All
You
right,
can, no, you can, because it's not under the tournament criteria. So T2's fine.
You would have survived T2?
But, okay.
Dude, I would have survived T2.
All right.
I've been Finn Connor. 2000s, I would have found my daughter.
Okay.
My unique set of skills. 100,000%. 210s, kill my dog, see what happens.
Okay.
Should be, dude.
Fucking ridiculous.
And that's how you win.
You know what's remarkable?
Huh?
Taken, the most likely one he would have survived.
Yeah, it's not wrong.
I don't know about that.
Let's go with Pravdo.
I would have survived Lethal Weapon because I would have been in the neighborhood just watching all the shit happening.
You're the main character.
Affected. What?
You're the main character.
Oh, I'm the main character?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, do you read the questions?
No.
I know you don't read them in advance of the show, but do you read them before you answer them at all?
No.
Okay. And yet somehow, in this instance, you still would have been Daisy the prostitute.
I know.
Okay.
That's so good, dude. Good reference.
90s, Pravdo.
Batman Returns.
Joe.
Yeah.
Just go.
Rein it in.
Go ahead.
Rein it in, Joe.
I would expect that answer from Vinny.
All right, I'll redo 90s. Independence Day.
Fine.
All right. Okay. Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, you're Jeff Goldblum, obviously, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
God, so I
would have been Will Smith.
I don't think I could have hated you more unless you said you were Jeff Goldblum. Good job.
Take him out. Take him down. Do your stuff.
Curse of the Black Pearl.
Okay.
I would have been pirating. Actually, I probably would have been more Orlando Bloom.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're Will Turner, bro.
Yeah. 2010. I would actually go with John Wick. You know, don't fuck with my dog.
Okay.
Your dog's tougher than you are, Joe. Stop it.
Minnie's.
I could get it tough.
Minnie's a fucking saint.
Minnie's hardcore.
Excuse me?
Minnie is a saint. His dog.
Minnie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Kyle.
80s for me is RoboCop because he dies anyway. So they bring him back, and once that happens, I'm not gonna fucking die again. So there's that. 90s Twister, because all I have to do is know how to not get sucked up by a tornado, which every character in that movie already knows because they chase them for a living. 2000s, the first Fast and the Furious movie, because they don't do anything that crazy in that movie.
Does anybody die in that?
No, the one dude gets pretty hurt, though.
There's some people that, like, die.
I think that guy dies at the end, right? He gets shot up pretty good.
Oh, yeah, Jesse. The one dude does die.
Yeah.
He's not the main, so
He's
yeah.
not the main.
Yeah, he'd be cool.
Yeah, but all I really have to do is be an undercover cop. So I could just be, like, an awkward guy, like, oh, hey, sweet car, because that's how Paul Walker was in the first fucking movie. Oh, yeah, like, because even though I don't know that much about cars, he, around everybody else, seemed like he didn't know that much about cars anyway. And then 2010s, I would pick Lucy for a similar reason to RoboCop. Because if I'm Lucy, I'm surviving. This is the way it works.
So what about the end of the movie?
What am I going to be, in the ether?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she says in that movie, we never die.
Yeah. For me, for the 80s, I'm going Karate Kid. Because if we're putting my build up against Johnny Lawrence's, I'm going to crush his fucking skull.
Pretty sure that's illegal. At least in the tournament.
Figuratively.
Okay.
But I'm at least breaking his leg. Literally.
Sweep the leg. Sweep the leg.
That nervous is maddening.
Yeah, that's not me. It stopped. 90s, I'm going Matrix just so I could take the other pill.
You would just
in Fantasyland?
Yeah, I'm not fucking dealing with it. That's too much. That's too much.
Okay,
work.
Cypher.
2000s, The Fast and Furious. I love family. So I'm gonna do that. And 2010s, Lucy, because it's gonna turn into Akira real fucking quick. Once I get that drug.
Sounds like you still have my interest there, bud.
Yeah, it's weird. We did that hive mind thing.
Oh, I thought you just did a Joe thing and then didn't actually write anything down.
No, it's right here.
Oh, okay.
On my paper.
Mine's right here.
Okay. So I say, from the 80s, I think I could make it through They Live.
Ooh, I forgot about that.
Because I'm pretty sure I'd watch my back better than Rowdy Roddy Piper did. I would not have trusted that chick.
Yeah.
There's something about her showing up at that meeting. Be like, no, why are you here? This is fishy.
That's why.
90s would be Last Action Hero because it's built in that the hero always survives. Even if I'm Danny Madigan, I'm a kid. I'd probably get through it because I tend to survive. 2000s, the only people that die in Hot Fuzz are the townsfolk who are murdered by the NWA. So yeah, the main character's definitely making it through that. And 2010s, Ready Player One. Almost the whole thing is virtual.
Good call.
Except for the part where they show up at his house and blow it up.
Yeah.
And he almost dies.
Even that's the close one.
Except for that part.
I'd have to be in my early 20s because where I am right now, I wouldn't have been able to outrun
And then
that falling
like
tower.
there's the part where he like voluntarily hands himself into the concentration camp. I mean, that happens in the book, but
Yeah, I was gonna say where he enslaves himself.
yeah. But that's the book. So what else?
Yeah. Things change. People change. Changes life.
That's it. It's time for our favorite segment, the adding of You Piece of Shit to favorite lines of dialogue. And this week, it's from the 4 finalists from our action movie tournament. So
The last part of the Band-Aid, Kyle. I'm just ripping it off right now.
it's Kyle's favorite thing.
What's the order?
Okay, well, I start, like norms. The only rules that really matter are these: what a man can do and what a man can't do. For instance, you can accept that your father was a pirate and a good man, or you can't. But pirate is in your blood, boy. So you'll have to square with that someday. And me, for example, I can let you drown, but I can't bring this ship into Tortuga all by my onesies, savvy? So, can you sail under the command of a pirate, or can you not, you piece of shit?
Lucy.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Raiders.
Kyle.
She's safe, just like I promised. She's all set to marry Norrington, just like she promised. And you get to die for her, just like you promised. So we're all men of our word, really, except for, of course, Elizabeth, who is, in fact, a woman, you piece of shit.
Raiders.
Dude, the voice.
Solid stuff.
Yeah, that was good.
Pravdo.
Ignorance brings chaos, not knowledge, you piece of shit.
Fuck.
That was yours?
One of them.
That was the first one on IMDb. I've never seen Lucy, so that was the first one on IMDb.
Vin?
But you went to film school.
Vin.
Ben,
Vin.
there's a big snake in the plane, Jock.
What do you say?
You piece of shit. Sorry, I was so excited to say it. I get too excited for the line, I forget the...
Yeah. I can see. Mike.
It's not the years, you piece of shit. It's the mileage.
Very nice.
Thank you.
How odd that it should end this way for us after so many stimulating encounters. I almost regret it. Where shall I find a new adversary so close to my own level? You piece of shit.
I'm thinking that's Raiders. That sounds like a Belloc line.
It is a Belloc.
I'm thinking that's the movie that should have won the tournament.
Funny you say that.
It did.
Yeah.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Kyle, it's your turn.
We're going to steal a ship. That ship, commandeer. We're going to commandeer that ship. Nautical term, you piece of shit.
Bravo. Pravdo.
Did you know that the first Matrix was designed to be a perfect human world? Where no one suffered. Where none suffered. Where everyone would be happy. It was a disaster. No one would accept the program. Entire crops were lost. Some believe we lacked the programming language to describe your perfect world. But I believe that, as a human species, humans beings define their reality through suffering and misery. The perfect world was a dream that you primitive cerebrum kept trying to wake up from, which is why the Matrix was redesigned to this. The peak of your civilization. I say your civilization because as soon as we started thinking for you, it really became our civilization, which of course is what this is all about. Evolution, Morpheus, evolution. Like the dinosaur. Look out that window. You've had your time. The future is our world, Morpheus. The future is our time, you piece of shit.
Ben.
That was Raiders of the
Time
Lost Ark.
is the only true unit of measure. It gives proof to the existence of matter. Without time, we don't exist, you piece of shit.
Ooh, that was good. That was a good delivery, Vin.
Thank you.
Michael.
To deny our own impulses is to deny the very thing that makes us human, you piece of shit.
I'd like to share a revelation that I've had during my time here. It came to me when I tried to classify your species, and I realized that you're not actually mammals. Every mammal on this planet instinctively develops a natural equilibrium with the surrounding environment, but you humans do not. You move to an area, and you multiply it until every natural resource is consumed, and the only way you can survive is to spread it to another area. There is another organism on this planet that follows the same pattern. Do you know what it is? A virus. Human beings are a disease, a cancer of this planet. You're a plague, and we are the cure, you piece of shit.
It's the smell, if there is such a thing.
Kyle?
Who makes all these? I do, and I practice with them 3 hours a day. You need to find yourself a girl, you piece of shit.
Bravdo.
Stop blowing holes in my ship, you piece of shit.
Vincenzo.
Nope, not good. Stop. Not good. What are you doing? You burned all the food, the shade, the rum, you piece of shit.
Seems to be running away with this one.
Mike.
No survivors. Where do the stories come from, you piece of shit?
That's why I tried to stay away from pirates.
It's a very quotable film.
Very. Alright, that's a show. You piece of shit.
Alright, as always, if you like what you hear, then like us on Facebook.com/nerdities. Follow us on Twitter @nerdities. Email us at nerdities@gmail.com and check out nerdities.com.
While you're there, go fuck yourself. And then head on over to nerdities.myspreadshop.com and spend some money. It's the best thing you can do with your miserable life. You're doing nothing else, and it's worthless. At least look good while you're being a complete piece of shit. And if you want to go beyond that, you can go to can'tstoptheropedrop.myspreadshop.com and get cool Disney-related shirts like our Hollow Rider, Sleepy Hollow / Ghost Rider crossover shirt for the Halloweens, and Halloween Town, which has been amended a good jillion times because women are great. Head on over to sinfulcreationsbyjustin.com, that's CINNFUL, creationsbyjustin.com, where you can get your hands on October's new items. What's that? Well, we have pumpkin cinnamon rolls, delicious. Pumpkin chocolate chip cookies, very, very fall-like, delightful. It's a weird combination. I didn't think I'd ever like it. But if you take some pumpkin chocolate chip cookies and put ice cream and make a nice little chip wedge with them, ooh, fantastic. You can also get monster cookies and pumpkin hand pies.
What are the monster cookies? Because of everything you've listed, was the one it's hardest to imagine.
Monster cookies are the Frankenstein's monster of cookies. It's part oatmeal cookie, part peanut butter cookie, M&M's, all the flavors, chocolate chips. It's good. It's good shit.
It's a mishmash.
Yeah. It's a monster mash, if you will.
Ooh.
It's the mash.
Is it a graveyard smash?
They say.
Would you serve it at a werewolf bar mitzvah?
I mean, it caught on in a flash. It's both spooky and scary.
Do you think it'll catch on in a flash?
It did. Definitely
Don't
did.
forget to tell them that Boris sent you.
Well played, Joe.
This is scary.
Spooky, scary.
Don't forget to go to our YouTube channel. YouTube.com/nerdities. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell to get notified when new content is coming. New content is coming, including Nerd ETs, our cooking show.
What?
Season 1. So, hit that button. Write to us, nerdities@gmail.com. Give us money. Give us a budget. We'll croon, we'll swoon. We will plug your product and or business.
Been very ASMR there, Joe.
Sexy.
Your business, we will plug.
Deep throat that big black knob.
No, Jesus
The
Christ.
opinions of the Nerdities crew are idiotic and poorly thought out, but don't worry, next week's will be far more insulting. Fuck bye.
Fuck bye.
Fuck yeah.
And why should I care?
Drop!